Coming up next, girls high school basketball on your sports leader in Lorain, WLCS TV 20.
Good afternoon and welcome to Lorain High School. It's LEL girls basketball. Jay Ferguson, Bob Schlenbaker here to bring you the context between the 4-0 Lorain High Lady Titans, 2-0 in the LEL, and the 0-4 Maple Heights Lady Mustangs, 0-2 in the LEL. Jumping center for Lorain, Destiny Evans. Number 3, Dajanay Hopkins for Maple. Maple wins the tip. Lorain in a 1-3-1 zone. 22 Paige Barraclough coming up with the steal, Amani Thomas, and then tosses it over. Barraclough runs down the loose ball all the way to the hoop. Scoop shot over the rim. No. Rebound back up by Thomas. She got whacked in the act. And she'll go to the line, throw 2. First foul is on 32, Aaliyah Cole-King for Lorain. Thomas, number 14. Barraclough, 22. Destiny Evans, number 1. And the backcourt, Brooklyn Ferguson, number 3. 23, Micaiah Herman. First one up, back rims it. No score yet after 17 seconds. Hopkins, number 3 for Maple Heights. Number 10, Gabrielle McCorvey. 12, Tamara Maple. Cameron Alston, 20, and 32, Aaliyah Cole-King. 1 of 2 at the line for Amani Thomas, and the Titans open up in a 2-2-1 zone press. Maple with 7 seniors of the 10 girls in uniform. There's a 3-ball up and in for Cameron Alston. 3-1, Maple on top. Brooklyn Ferguson handles against the 2-3 zone. This is Barraclough. Gets a screen and roll. Looks to get it inside and does. Evans back to the top. Skips it. Brooklyn Ferguson throws 3. No. Rebound to Maple. Alston will bring it and give it to Maple. Maple for Maple. She plays for the name on the front of the uniform and the name on the back of the uniform. That pass knocked free by Brooklyn Ferguson. On the run over the front of the rim, tough shot. Rebound back up, in and foul. Amani Thomas.
Amani Thomas.
Foul, I think, was 14, Tamara Maple. 3-3. Thomas looks to complete the old-fashioned three-point play. Up and good. Amani's got all 4. It's 4-3. Amani had a little visit with Santa, and Santa asked Amani for some rebounds today. Taken away again. Oh, recovered by Maple. Alston. Penetration, Maple down the lane, 10-footer, no fouled. Micaiah Herman will pick up that foul, her first on the team. 6:23 to go first quarter, 4-3 Lorain at the line. Tamara Maple for 2. Back rims the first. Second shot away and good. She's got 1 and we're all tied at 4 as Brooklyn Ferguson brings it ahead. Barraclough, she'll launch one from 3. That looks long, hit nothing. Run down by Herman. Thomas, Ferguson. Titans stay patient. They're going to get what they want against this zone. They're trying to match up a little bit, but only a couple of them on the baseline are doing that. So cutters are running free. Evans lost it on the pass inside and goes to Maple. Tied at 4. Maple long 3 back rim. Knocked outside. Herman on the run. Crosses on the left side and in. Micaiah with 2. 6-4. Maple will walk it up. knocked away off of Amani Thomas with Cameron Alston right there at half court. Alston into Maple. Ferguson waiting for it. They look to match up a little bit and trap. Brooklyn Ferguson just took it away. 2-on-1. Paige Barraclough crosses it up and in. Paige for two, 8-4. Back to the 2-2-1. Barraclough does a very good job in the middle of that, matching up and not guarding air. By that I mean she's taking a pass away, and there's a deflection by Ferguson, recovered by Maple Heights. Down low, nice find up, no foul. Destiny Evans will get the foul. To the stripe, number 3, Dajanay Hopkins for 2. Dajanay will go with Mr. Pope. Dajanay Hopkins at the line for 2 throws. She is a 5'8" senior, knocks down the first one. They have 3, or she is the junior on the roster, excuse me. She's a 5'8" junior. The only junior. They have 7 seniors, a junior, and 2 freshmen listed. Down low, Evans, post move up, no. Rebound controlled by Hopkins, and Ferguson tried to take it away, but back comes Alston on the run up, good. Nice finish by Cameron Alston, who's got 5, and we're back to tied at 8. Into the corner, Micaiah Herman, 3-ball, no. And Alston will walk it up. Excuse me, that's not Alston, that was McCorvey. Down low, Hopkins up, no. Rebound by Barraclough, she got whacked. Cole King is going to get her second. Substitution first of the game for Maple. 23, Ayana Brewer into the lineup. Cole King to the lineup with 2 points, 2 fouls, no points. 3:58 to go, first quarter, as Ferguson walks it across. Herman, Ferguson, Barraclough down on the baseline. Thomas got to look at the basket. Barraclough had it knocked away, and back comes Alston. Alston on a runner, nice move. No, gets her own rebound, stumbles in the lane, turnaround up and no. Taken away from Evans, up and in by Hopkins, who's got 4. Maple's up, 10-8. I think the Lorain girls coming out a little sluggish is understandable if they watched any of the first 2 games, as the Maple JV and freshmen were really struggling, to say the least. Maple Heights JVs did not scoring until the last quarter of that contest before losing 40-7. Turnover there goes back to Maple. Titans will let it come in and get back over here to Alston. She swings it back to Maple, back to Alston on the near side. Knocked away by Brooklyn Ferguson. Brooklyn Ferguson's got a break there to Herman. Glass and good. Micaiah with 4, 10-10. Maple throws it away against the pressure. There's an unforced error. Substitute for Maple, number 12, Brianna Olumbus into the lineup. 5'4" senior. Brooklyn Ferguson for Lorain. We're tied at 10, 2.5 to go first quarter. Herman, Barraclough, 3-ball. That one looks that one was wide. Destiny Evans, glass, no. Gets it again, glass, no. Rebound to Hopkins, lots of contact. Foul called against the Titans. That's going to go against 14, Amani Thomas. So with 2:18 to go in the first, tied at 10. Maple will inbound against the pressure. Lumbus, and then near side, to Alston and back to Lumbus, who gets it across, picks it up in the death spot, but was able to get rid of it. McCorvey all the way down the lane, left-handed layup, up and in. Timeout, Lorain. I'm sure Coach Feldman wants 30, but he's not happy at all with this effort right now, and you can see him coaching some movement on the defense. Titans trail 12-10, and quite honestly, what you figured wouldn't be much of a contest. And he's going to get some substitutions in, 4 of them to the table. Number 10, Nia Smith. Number 12, Kiara Jenkins. 00, Jersey Beard. And 24, Tanisha Llanos will come in. Monty Thomas remains on the floor for Lorain. It'll be Titans ball after the timeout. The result of an easy layup for Maple Heights. 12-10 Maple leads as Kiara Jenkins walks it ahead. Jenkins, Smith. They just need to get the floor balanced. That's it. Smith, Beard in the corner, makes a move into the lane, skips it across. 3 ball. Good. Kiara Jenkins off the bench with 3. 13-12. Lorain. This team can heat up in a hurry. We saw a 31-point quarter early on. Knocked away there, and to the floor is Jenkins. Good hustle. There was the spark that Lorain and Coach Feldman was looking for with that mass substitution. More than the three-pointer was the deflection and the dive on the floor for the loose ball. Minute 15 to go. Jenkins with it, 13-12 Lorain. Smith on the wing, back to Jenkins, penetrates to the elbow, lost it. Thomas will throw 3. That's going to be long. Jersey Beard over the back will go the other way. Minute 2 to go in the quarter. 13-12 Lorain. Into Lumbus, back in the middle to Alston. Skips it back to Lumbus. And McCorvey has it. Center it up. When we get the trap, we've got to take the next pass away. 3 ball deep. Rim no. Beard got a hand on it, runs it down in the corner. Gets it at Thomas and ahead all the way into the lane. Up and no for Jenkins. Rebound off to Maple. 13-12. 25 seconds to go in the quarter. Maple gets the next held ball, so they have a chance to go 2 possessions in a row here. McCorvey had it knocked away with 12 seconds to go. It'll go over to Lorain. Aaliyah Cole-King comes back for those final 12 seconds. She hasn't scored, but does have 2 fouls already in the contest. Smith, I don't think she's aware of the clock. Gets it across. Llanos throws it into the lobby. They have got to get somebody at the foul line immediately against that zone. It's wide open. 0.6 seconds to go in the quarter. Maple will have the ball. And that'll do it. We've played 1 in Lorain. Lorain 13, Maple Heights 12. Back with second quarter action after this timeout.
Every year, airmen face overwhelming challenges. Fortunately, our airmen are resilient and help is available. Last year, 37,000 airmen had the courage to get help for themselves and others when they needed it.
Because I had the courage.
Because I had the courage.
Because I had the courage to get help, I was able to help others.
Because I had the courage to get help, I was the first in my family to get a college degree.
Because I had the courage to get help, I married the love of my life. And I got to meet the second love of my life.
Because I had the courage to get help, I was able to see my son grow up.
And because I had the courage to get help, another airman had the courage to get help. Care, connect, cope. And for all of those that you love and who love you, be there.
Ohio State is saving lives every day.
This is Ohio State.
We're the economic engine of the state. A major employer.
Over 60,000 students. We're on the forefront of cancer research. An educational core of Ohio.
Impacting tens of thousands daily. Our alumni organization is nearly 500,000 worldwide.
This is Ohio State.
This is Ohio State. Ohio State.
This is the Ohio State University.
Back here at Lorain, the teams break the huddle preparing to start the second quarter. Lorain on top, 13-12 in a back-and-forth first quarter against the winless Maple Heights Mustangs. Lorain 4-0, 2-0 in the conference on the young season, and Maple just the opposite at 0-4. Now Lorain settles back into more traditional 2-3 zone. I think the traps kind of had them spread out and were opening gaps that didn't need to be there. They reverse it, get an 18-footer. No. Rebound run down by Jenkins. Jenkins with the left all the way in. Pitch back Smith. 3-ball back rim. Knocked away from Thomas, but Janos gets it back and Jenkins with it outside. Up top, Smith. Near corner. Janos around, no. Rebound thrown away by Maple. Titans will get another chance. It's the double high ball screen pick and roll. Amani Thomas got whacked on her way to the rim. She'll go back to the line. Foul was 12. Brianna Lumbus, her first. Thomas is 2 of 3, 4 points on the game. First shot up and in. Substitute Hopkins back in for Maple. And at the scorer's table on a make, we'll get a sub for Amani Thomas. And that is Destiny Evans. That second shot up and in. 4 out of 5 from the line. 6 points for Amani Thomas. 15-12 Lorain. They reverse the ball and get it across, knocked away, but run down by Maple Heights. Whistle, offensive foul. And Cameron Alston, number 20, must have got the flipper up on Beard and got called for the push-off. Lumbus out for Maple. And Maple returning for Maple. 6:55 to go in the half. 15-12 Lorain. Nia Smith. Tanisha Janos. Jersey Beard. There's the flash cut that they've needed. Destiny Evans back to Beard. 3-ball. No. Jenkins runs it down. Janos for 3. No. Backside rebound up and no. Wow, there was a wild sequence. It looked like Evans might have got fouled at long pass. And the kids would say ball don't lie as it went out of bounds. And it'll come back to the Titans. Kiera Jenkins and Nia Smith. 12 and 10 in the backcourt, along with 24 Tanisha Janos on the wing. 3-ball Jenkins, back rim, no. Nice rebound by Evans, back out to Janos. 3-ball, no. Another nice rebound by Evans, high pointing it around the rim, no. And Hopkins comes away for Maple. 15-12. Maple on top. There's that penetration that they were so effective with. Rebound tipped toward Beard, but pulled down by a Mustang in the lane. Hopkins up in. Dejanay Hopkins with 6, 15-12. Now, Pope switched that time and called her Dejanay like I was doing, so maybe he was corrected, and we'll go once again back to the Mr. Pope pronunciation. Yano splits a double team on the run, traveled with the ball. She sure did. The outside official called the travel before the baseline official could call the contact. Titans are doing a lot of watching. There's a lot of space in middle of that zone that nobody is moving toward. Near side Maple has it, and back and forth with Alston. Into the middle and across with McCorvey. Back to Alston in the lane. Foul. Jersey Beard is going to get the foul, her second. And to the lane, Tamara Maple, for 2 shots. I think every foul this half has been a shooting foul. First one up, good. 2 points on 2 or 3 at the line. The starters are going to come back from Lorain. Everybody but Evans as Barraclough, Ferguson, Herman, and Thomas return. Nice shift there, particularly from Kiera Jenkins, who brought some energy to the floor. Second one up and in as well. And the Lady Mustangs back on top, 16-15. You got to make somebody play in that zone, and that's what happens when you don't. It's an easy steal and layup for Cameron Alston, who has 7. 18-15. Take the ball to the defense. Barraclough, Ferguson. I like seeing Evans up there more active in the middle of that zone. Now they have to skip that. Back to Evans down low. She backs in, gets knocked down, loses it, and it'll go to Maple. I think Destiny was lucky she didn't get an offensive foul on that back end. Shot no. Rebound to Herman. And Ferguson will walk it ahead. Titans have to do something to get the tempo up here. This plays perfectly in to Maple Heights, this half-court ball game. Barraclough. Ferguson down low. Thomas slipped behind everybody, laid it up and in on a nice find. Thomas with 8. 18-17 Maple. Up the sideline comes Alston. Splits the defense into the lane. Easy shot up and foul. The press is doing more harm than good right now because we're not controlling the dribble. Hopkins will go to the line. Ferguson is going to get the foul. Hopkins to the line is 2 of 2. Sub for the shooter at the table. Table with a question about who the foul is on. They're saying it was 2, so they switched the foul from Ferguson to Thomas. The home scorers table shouldn't be doing that. First shot up, no. Jenkins in for Lorain. 12, Lumbus, 23, Brewer in for Maple. That was Amani's second foul, and it's going to force her to the bench for the half. Second shot up, good. Dejanay Hopkins, good player for Maple. 19-17 as Lorain on the attack. Things just aren't moving well in the half court. Brooklyn Ferguson up, no. Rebound, Destiny Evans. One hands it out to Jenkins. Jenkins, Ferguson down the lane. Hip checked. Foul is 23. Deanna Brewer. It'll be a common foul. Both teams now with 6, so it'll be 1-1 both ways for the remaining 3:21 of the half. 19-17 Maple as Herman looks to get it in. Nice pick and roll there, but they missed her. Now she gets it outside. Jenkins will throw three. Rim no. Run down by Herman. Back to Jenkins. Let her into the lane. One-hander no. Hopkins with another strong rebound for Maple Heights. They get it ahead. Maple. Hopkins turns, she'll go down the lane, take the layup, up and in. Dajane Hopkins with 9. 21-17. Jenkins, Barricklow, alone on the block, missed the bunny, got her own rebound, reverses it up, no. She didn't realize how much time she had either opportunity. Titans stop the ball at half court and it's thrown away. Go back to Lorain, 21-17, Maple. Well, it was 13-12 Lorain at the quarter. Lorain scored the first one to go 15-12, and a 9-2 Maple run in the meantime has put them up by 4. Brooklyn Ferguson. Herman. Ferguson. Jenkins. Jenkins makes a move on the baseline, uses Barricklow as a screen, throws it up and in. Kiera Jenkins. Maple unforced error yet again against the pressure, failing to look the ball into the hands, and it's 21-19 Maple, and they'll take time, which gives me an opportunity to let you know that the sports medicine team at Cleveland Clinic Sports Health offers expert diagnosis and treatment for athletes of all abilities and ages. Call 877-440-TEAM or visit sports-health.org to learn more. Cleveland Clinic Sports Health, proud medical provider to the Lorain High School student athletes. So the Maple Heights Mustangs come into this game 0-4, and Lorain comes in 4-0. And if you didn't see the names on the front of the jerseys right now, you might think it was the other way around. Titans really struggling to get the game in a place where they like it. They're having to go through the heart of Maple Heights zone defense every time, and they're just kind of standing around matched up rather than getting to the openings. Brooklyn Ferguson gets it in, and we'll go now. Now it looks like Maple might be in a man-to-man. Jenkins curls in. Barricklow in the corner, 17-foot long. Run down by Hopkins. Alston crosses over and then loses it. Gets it off to Hopkins down the lane. A lot of contact there. Out of bounds, though, to Maple Heights. Credit Evans with the block. Janos back for Barricklow. For Lorain, number 24. McKenzie goes to the bench with a basket for 2. Rebound there, and it's Herman who comes out of there with it. Gets it ahead to Brooklyn Ferguson, one-on-one. Takes the contact, misses. Herman went to the rim. They call it a held ball, which will be Titans ball. Good hustle by Micaiah Herman there as she threw the outlet pass and then ran down to compete for the rebound with 1:30 to go in the half. Jenkins, Janos, knocked away. A lot of casual mistakes here both ways as teams aren't valuing the basketball. Brooklyn Ferguson knocks it away, gets it ahead to Janos. Janos up and tough shot over the rim. Herman back up and in. The mighty might, Micaiah Herman with 6, and we're tied at 21. Knocked away there by Janos. It'll be out of bounds to Maple. Tied at 21, 57.7 to go in the half. Tamara Maple will inbound it. Alston, Maple. Oh, they have a player all alone underneath. Evans got over and blocked the shot. Ferguson's going to be out on a run out. Up, no. Rebound knocked away to Maple, and Hopkins goes the other way, 2-on-2. This is McCorvey up and in. Gabrielle McCorvey with 2, and it's 23-21 with a half a minute to go. Titans are missing a lot of shots they normally make, and they're not attacking the zone. I think she thought she traveled there. Jenkins throws up a wild one. Evans goes up, gets it, and puts it back. Destiny Evans, the first basket of the game for her, and the first by the 2 Titan bigs. 7 seconds to go in the backcourt. Ferguson takes it away, takes it in, throws up a wild one, rebounded by Llanos. No at the buzzer. Tied up at 23. We'll step away and be back with the second half after this timeout.
Can I go to the sleepover?
Lucy, I want you to promise me something. If there's any drinking, I want you to say, "No thanks, not my thing."
Mom.
I promise you, your real friends won't care. Deal?
I promise, Mom.
They really do hear you.
Did you pack your toothbrush?
For tips on how to start the talk, visit underagedrinking.samhsa.gov. A public service message from the Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration.
In an instant, life can change. Hi, I'm veteran J.R. Martinez. If you've been hurt or disabled due to your service, the last thing you need to do is hurry up and wait for a VA claims decision. Make sure you file an electronic, fully developed claim, or e-claim, for disability compensation on e-benefits. It's the fastest and easiest way to get a claims decision. Learn more at ebenefits.va.gov. E-claims and e-benefits, online VA claims made simple.
Back here at Lorain High, set to start the second half, and we're deadlocked at 23, the Lady Titans and the Lady Mustangs of Maple Heights. Maple will start with the ball for Lorain. 3, Brooklyn Ferguson. 12, Kiera Jenkins. Destiny Evans in the middle. Micaiah Herman and Amani Thomas on the baseline as the Titans go to a zone. Knocked away by Ferguson, and that is Cameron Alston, second leading scorer with 7. Wild one. Herman runs down the board. Micaiah gets it ahead to Brooklyn. No. Thomas has a rebound, back up and in. Amani Thomas into double figures with 10. 25-23, knocked away by Jenkins, and she controls along the baseline. Amani Thomas in the lane, throws it away. Too unselfish. Substitute, Maple Heights, number 12, Brianna Lumbus back in. Also on the floor, number 10, Gabriella McCorvey, number 3, Dajanay Hopkins, who leads them with 9. 32, Aaliyah Cole-King, and Cameron Alston, number 20. That's Hopkins. Evans got a hand on it. Recovered by Maple. Lumbus. Taken away by Herman. The Mighty Might in all alone. Lays it up and in. 8 for Micaiah, 27-23. This is the energy that lacked in the first half. 2-2-1 pressure. Crossed over by Alston. Will get it across to Hopkins. Takes it in and lays it up and in. She's got 11 to lead everybody. 27-25 Lorain. Titans walk it ahead. This is what they don't want to do, is get settled into a walk it up game. Jenkins. Don't put the ball over your head. Brooklyn Ferguson at the top. Herman. Evans flashes the elbow, turns, looks opposite. Ferguson into the lane, down, slices through, lays up, no. Evans up and in. Destiny with 4. 29-25. Lorain. There's the pressure. Down the middle, but Corvey all the way in. Up, no. Rebound to Maple. Hopkins, but she sat down with it. That's a travel. Pair of Mustangs at the table. 45, Chrissy Sturdivant, who didn't play in the first half. And 23, Ayanna Brewer. Now, Sturdivant is in for the first time. She is only a 9th grader, so I'm sure she got some JV time. 25-29, Lorain up. Biggest lead of the game, 4 points. Evans at the elbow, and that's a nice adjustment there by Coach Feldman, is getting somebody to the elbow right now. Rebound lost out of bounds off of Lumbus. And Evans knew what to do with it, catching it at the elbow, taking it down the lane. She just missed the chippy. Box set as Herman gets ready to inbound it. 5:38 to go, third quarter. Thomas sets the screen, gets the layup. Up, missed it. Rebound is to Cole King. She lost it outside to Ferguson. Ferguson, 15-footer, too far. Knocked away from Thomas and controlled by Alston. Jenkins making things happen, gets it back. Thomas, 15-footer, good. Amani Thomas with 12, 31-25. 5:15 to go. Ferguson knocks the out-of-bounds pass away and tosses it off a Mustang. Good heads-up play by Brooklyn Ferguson. Titans have not been denying the inbound. There's a timeout by Maple Heights as the pressure switched a little bit there on him. Brooklyn Ferguson stepped up and challenged the catch. And this will be a full timeout, so it gives us an opportunity as well to step away. We'll be back with more after this.
Hey Luda, got a sec?
Yeah, what's up?
I'm really worried. One of my friends is living on the street.
I know someone who can help.
Who?
1-800-RUNAWAY.org. They help kids having a rough time at home, in school, or on the street. You can do a live chat on their site. They will help get her to safety.
Thanks, Ludacris.
Trust the National Runaway Switchboard. If you're having a hard time, get online or call to chat now.
The Warriors to Work program makes it possible for wounded warriors and their families to build new lives together.
When my dad left, I was like this big, but I'm like this big. My dad got a master's degree in human resources.
Thanks to Warriors to Work that my dad has a terrific job.
The Wounded Warrior Project helps him by, giving him another start.
Now that my dad's home, I get a lot more hugs.
I'm really proud of him.
Find out more about Wounded Warrior Project at findwwp.org. Welcome home the brave.
Back here at Lorain, third quarter, Lorain 31-25 on an 8-2 start to the third quarter. The Titans also have the ball under their basket following a heads-up defensive play by Brooklyn Ferguson. Micaiah Herman will inbound. Amani Thomas 14, Destiny Evans 1. Brooklyn Ferguson 3 and 12, Kiara Jenkins. They slap the ball down the lane, comes Ferguson, and Destiny Evans got whacked from behind. Whistle, lots of foul, lots of contact there. It'll stay with Lorain on a held ball. Micaiah Herman went after that with Hopkins, and the held ball goes to Lorain. Micaiah to trigger it again, lob to Evans at the foul line. She makes a move around, splits the defense, lays it up and in. Destiny Evans with a super move, 33-25. Whoops. They turned up the heat a little bit. They changed it up to a odd front, and it's having an effect. Whistle. It's going to be a Maple Heights possession on the foul, and I think is going to be Kiara Jenkins, her first, and the first on the team in the second half. 33-25 as Maple Heights inbounds. This is Tamara Maple into the lane, had it challenged by Evans. They're going to say out of bounds to Maple Heights on the baseline. 8-point Titan lead, biggest lead of the game for either team. Maple to trigger it, near side, 23 is Brewer. Penetrate, 5-footer, shot at 8 feet. Nice rebound by Thomas and gets it ahead to Jenkins. Jenkins tried to go up underhand with the left and had it blocked out of bounds. It'll be Titans ball. She'd have been better off either crossing over or jump stopping there. I think had she jumped stopped, the Maple Heights player might have ended up standing next to the photographer. Thomas, Ferguson. Back screen for Jenkins into the corner, shot up long. Air ball comes off to McCorvey. She comes ahead and gets it to Maple who, on the run, who gets it across. Alston will settle in against the Titans. Brooklyn Ferguson against her. Crosses over, she lost it off to McCorvey again. In down low. Tied up right there. Destiny Evans just reached in and took it away from Diogene Hopkins. It'll stay with Maple Heights, but the Titans can feel good about getting the arrow back. That's the only negative about the jump ball, the held ball rule, is you don't get that momentum as a defense when you tie up a player and just get the arrow back. Maple, down low, shot up, and that was quite the move. Off and rebounded by Thomas on the good box out. She gets it ahead to Jenkins. Jenkins, Destiny Evans play like she's possessed. Up, no, rebound, had it, lost it. And Hopkins clears for Maple. 3:40 to go, third quarter. Titans by 8. Back into the 2-3. Into the corner, 3 ball from Alston, swishes. Cameron Alston with 10 on a pair of threes in her. The only Mustang to hit a jump shot of any kind. Whistle traveling as Herman was looking to get the ball out of the corner and they got too casual. And this was what plagued them the whole first half, was just mindset. Maple. Ferguson, and then Jenkins comes to help, and Herman takes it away, lost it out of bounds. But there's the energy. Get the energy up. You're allowing this team to hang around because you're not matching their energy. Little coaching going on there. That was an individual 30-second timeout, uncharged. Into the backcourt, and Maple back in front. Alston. McCorvey, Maple splits the defense but knocked away, and Ferguson has it. She's got a 4-on-1. If she missed it, back up and in. Destiny Evans got whacked in the head on the attempt, so she's got an and one coming. The foul is Dajane Hopkins, her first. Destiny Evans with 6, looking for 7 in the quarter. Mackenzie Barraclough coming back for Lorain. And Nia Smith, number 10. Amani Thomas will sit along with Micaiah Herman. 35-28. Evans looked good. 3-point play for Evans gives her 9 in the game. 7 of them right here in the first 5 minutes of the third quarter. Unforced error, and then Ferguson knocks it away. It'll go out of bounds to Maple, and quite honestly, that's probably what saved them a 10-second violation. 36-28, Lorain. They haven't been able to get the lead any farther out than 8. Inbounds to Lumbus. She double dribbled the ball. Good call. And under the pressure of Brooklyn Ferguson. Brooklyn Ferguson has Inspector Gadget arms. Timeout Maple Heights. The coach came all the way out to half court to call it. And it's a full timeout, which gives me the opportunity to say that if you're a beginning athlete or training for the big leagues, you deserve the best care available. That's why Cleveland Clinic Sports Health offers treatments and services for all your sports medicine needs. Call 877-440-TEAM or visit sports-health.org to learn more. Cleveland Clinic Sports Health, treating pro athletes and you. Well, Titans, I think, might have taken this one a little too easy. They led 13-12 at the end of the first quarter, tied at 23 going to the half. This quarter thus far has been 13-5, hence the 8-point, 36-28 Lorain lead. And what they've been able to do is been able to do 2 things. Number 1 is turn up the intensity a little bit. And number 2, somebody lit a fire under Destiny Evans, who's got 7 points in the quarter and has been the biggest single reason that Lorain has asserted themselves out to the lead they have right now. Evans, number 1 on the court. 3 Ferguson, 10 Smith, 12 Jenkins, and 22 Mackenzie Barraclough. Brooklyn Ferguson against the zone. Destiny says, why not a three? Top of the backboard, out of bounds. It'll stay to Lorain. 36-28. Mackenzie Barraclough, Jenkins, Smith, three ball. No, Evans had a rebound, knocked it away, and it'll go out of bounds to Maple. I think Destiny would have caught that if she'd have got two hands up in the air. Maple against the pressure, struggling a little bit, but gets it across. Alston working against Jenkins, gets it back to McCorvey, and they settle. Brooklyn Ferguson right out there. Now, it's still the zone, but they're matching up with the ball. Into the corner, back to McCorvey all the way down with the left. Had it knocked away, out of bounds off of Mackenzie Barraclough. Hopkins made an aggressive move for the rebound, and Barraclough had it go off her hand and out of bounds. Cameron Alston will inbound the ball. Down the, oof, that was an easy one. Gabrielle McCorvey with 6. She just kind of wandered into the middle of the lane, and nobody paid a bit of attention to her for an open 6-footer. 36-30 Lorain, minute 45 to go in the third quarter. Barraclough comes up to the foul line, which changes everything for this Maple Heights defense. Three ball on the way, no by Jenkins. Barraclough had a one hand on the rebound whistle. That'll be a held ball, and it'll stay with the Titans. 3 times in the last minute we've gone after things with one hand, and rather than control them, either had them go out of bounds or be tied up. Got to corral things with two hands. Destiny Evans knocked away there. Foul is going to be on Brewer, her second, and second on the team in the quarter. 1:26 to go. Once again, Smith will inbound. Had it knocked away from Barraclough. It'll stay with Lorain. Titans are getting a little greedy on this out-of-bounds play. Get it in bounds and run your offense. Now they switch it up. There's nobody guarded Barraclough, and the ball was too low for her. On the ground, picked up by McCorvey. And she gets it across to Alston. Alston blows by on the sideline, into the lane, running one-hander up, and no. Rebound off Jenkins and out of bounds. Energy level down again. Coach Feldman says, Tanisha Llanos, go in and turn things up with 1:09 to go in the third quarter. And while we're at it, Amani Thomas, you go to the scorer's table, but just a long inbounds pass comes up top, and Maple will run the offense. 36-30 Lorain, 3 ball. Glass, nothing else. Ferguson with the rebound. She starts ahead 3-on-2, but they're all on the same side. Ferguson, or Llanos never got in position there. Bad job of spacing by the Titans there. Cost them an opportunity. 36-30 with 44 seconds to go. 3 ball. Good. Cameron Alston with her third 3, and it's a 3-point game. This team is not going away. You may be able to go away from them, but they're not going to leave you. Brooklyn Ferguson, new. Rebound to Llanos. No hurry with 20 seconds to go. Pass out of bounds. Not sure what Mackenzie Barraclough would have done with it if she caught it. Amani Thomas back in for Smith. And let's see, we got 5. Nia Smith back. No, stays in. Okay. Ferguson, number 3, will guard the inbounder with 19 seconds to go. And it's man-to-man pressure. Ferguson's going to get called for the bump. In the first half, the same play was a little bit of a push. Brooklyn that time got behind. It's going to get Micaiah Herman back in, replacing Brooklyn Ferguson. 12 seconds to go, 36-33. Titans had an 8-point lead a minute ago, but have given up 5 in a row to Maple Heights. It's into This is a big possession with Maple getting the ball coming out to start the fourth quarter. Ball screen, 3-ball. Swish at the buzzer! Maple ties it. Cameron Alston with 3 threes in the quarter. 36-36 going into the fourth. Back with more after this. Timeout.
Sergeant Michelle Garcia served meritoriously in Iraq and has the medals to prove it. Soon after leaving the Navy, Lieutenant Chris Scott found a job, a home, and started a family of his own. Corpsman Richard Stokely took the skills he learned in Vietnam and put them to good use as a paramedic. But soon after leaving the military, each of these veterans fell on hard times and faced homelessness. Even after Michelle lost all her savings, even after Chris wasn't able to pay his mortgage, and even after Richard battled alcoholism for years, they each reached out for help when they needed it most. A simple phone call put them in touch with a trained professional from the Department of Veterans Affairs. That call got Michelle a place to stay until she could afford one of her own, put Chris in touch with employment assistance, and found Richard a substance abuse program. These veterans are success stories not only for how they were able to help others while serving their country, but for how they were able to let others help them. If you know of or are a veteran in need, make the call.
Back here to start the fourth quarter, and it's a fired-up Lady Mustangs team who ends the third quarter on an 8-0 run to tie things up just like it was at the half, only 36-36. And most of the damage was Cameron Alston, who hit 3 threes in the quarter for 9 of the 13 Maple Heights points. She's got the ball right now. She has 16 points on 4 threes and 2 twos. Pass inside, knocked away by Barricklow. And Herman will run it ahead. Smith, 18-footer, gets it on the rim. No, rebound to Maple Heights. And this is Lumbus, and she'll get it off to Maple. Now I would suggest eyeballing Cameron Alston. There's a ball screen there. Reverse it up top to Lumbus. Alston, number 20. 7:20 to go. Uses the ball screen, throws another one around the rim. No. Rebound tied up. It'll go to the Titans. Tanisha Llanos got in there to create the held ball. And Nia Smith will walk it up. Smith, Herman, and Llanos on the outside. Amani Thomas, 14. Mackenzie Barricklow, 22 down low. 3-ball from the corner, the little bit. Micaiah Herman with 11. 39-36. Big shot, Micaiah. Near side knocked away. Titan, and then Herman reaches in, ties up, held ball. It'll go to Maple Heights, but the intensity levels back up. McCorvey, number 10, in for Maple, replacing Cole King. 39-36. Maple will inbound. Cameron Alston, she's been the show in the second half for Maple. Splits the defense. There's an offensive foul on the screen. I think we're going to see not on Alston, but on number 10, McCorvey, who kind of used the flipper to make herself a little wider and knock one of the defenders to the ground. So Smith, Titans by 3. If either team can establish a little bit of a lead, it's going to be problematic coming back because the team foul situation is almost non-existent. In the corner, Llanos almost lost it. Thomas got it back. Down in the corner to Herman. She fakes the 3, penetrates in, running one-hander. She lost her glasses as she went up, so she's going to get 2 throws. Foul is 12. Columbus, her second. Micaiah Herman will go to the line with 11. 4 twos and a 3. 6:08 to go in the contest. Lorain 39-36. First one long. A little bit flat. Now the teams shuffle around. Lorain to set up the press. Maple Heights to set up the rebound. Barraclough goes all the way back. Second shot up, no. She went in and got the rebound, knocked it away, up, no. And there comes Hopkins. Now Hopkins established herself in the second quarter with 7 points, and then we kept her quiet in the third quarter. 39-36 Lorain after the 2 missed throws. This is Alston against Llanos. Hopkins made the good cut inside against Thomas. Now she'll come up to the top for it. Reverse it to Alston. Llanos got a hand in on it. She penetrates, whistle. It's going to be a bump on the side. Quite honestly, not the worst foul ever for Tanisha Llanos, her first. Third team foul. 23, Ayanna Brewer returns. And for Lorain, Destiny Evans, number 1, returns. Destiny had 7 points in that third quarter to help Lorain build an 8-point lead, and then Maple got the last 8. Smart play there by Alston, making sure she was all the way in the backcourt before she touched it. 5:25 to go, 39-36 Lorain. Titans in a man-to-man now. Penetration whistle on the way up, it's called. It's going to be on Evans, I believe. Destiny Evans gets her second. And the shooter is number 10, Gabrielle McCorvey. She's got 6 in the game. Now each team with 4 team fouls, 5:17 to play. So we may have a 1-and-1 situation before too long. First one, no. Substitute for Lorain. Ferguson in for Smith. McCorvey, second one on its way. Back rim again, used it all, didn't get it. Rebound to the Titans, Thomas, and Ferguson will bring it ahead. Brooklyn backs it out and then gets it off to Llanos. Maple Heights has pushed them out of their comfort zone defensively. Brooklyn Ferguson, now it might be a little different story now that they have to match up. Under 5, Titans by 3. Ferguson, then Llanos. Llanos turns and backs it out. Gets it across back to Brooklyn. And she'll bring it outside to the volleyball line with 4:40 to go. Brooklyn Ferguson, running start all the way to the hoop. And she got hip checked. Tamara Maple gets the foul, her first. Brooklyn on the way up is going to get 2 throws. Brooklyn on the afternoon has not scored. Her defense, and in particular her active hands and arms, have been a big part of the game plan this afternoon for Lorain. First one up and in. Titans by 4. She's only the 4th Titan to score in the second half. Second one, swish. Whistle, timeout, Lorain. 41-36. It's a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it right here. And remind you that at Cleveland Clinic Sports Health, we understand athletes. Whether you've been injured or want to improve your performance, we have a team of sports medicine experts for your needs. Call 877-440-TEAM or visit sports-health.org to learn more. Cleveland Clinic Sports Health, proud medical provider for the Lorain High School Titans. So Lorain comes out, as they have in most every quarter of this one, hot to start. They've scored the first 5 points in the game, in the quarter, and with 4:34 to go, have a 41-36 lead. Now, prior to that, the Titans led 36-28, and Maple Heights got the last 8 points of the third quarter to send this one tied coming into the quarter. 2-2-1 pressure from Lorain. Maple, and then Herman had a hand on it, but you're going to have to get more in the hand to get it away from Alston. And then she throws it away to Thomas. Thomas to Brooklyn Ferguson. On the way in, Llanos up, no, but fouled. Tanisha will go to the line for 2 throws. Maple with her second foul, and quite honestly, a good foul. Make her earn them from the line. Titans by 5. All of these are big at this point. First one wide right. Now the Titans will set up the pressure. Evans will go back to midcourt with Thomas, and the guards will rebound. Second shot from Tanisha, no, and recovered by McCorvey. Titans have missed 4 free throws already in the quarter. They work it back and forth and skip it. Evans stepped in, recovered by Thomas, given to Llanos with 4:04 to go. The Titans bring it across, +5. Corner, Herman. Thought about the 3, skips it out to Ferguson. Evans down low, posted up nice. Destiny drop step up, no, and then everybody watched. Nobody rebounded. Maple gets it across to McCorvey. Far side Brewer down low. Hopkins hurt him down there in the first half. This time, oh, that's a tough foul. Hopkins drop stepped and lost her balance. Bumped in to Destiny Evans, who picks up a 3rd foul. Now, since there was no shot, it'll be on the baseline. So it's not what it could have been. They get it into the elbow shot on the way. That's just too easy for Tamara Maple. 41-38, Lorain, 3.5 to go. Ferguson backs it out. That's a terrible call. They called 5 seconds, and quite honestly, Brooklyn Ferguson not only had made several steps of progress, but the spacing wasn't good in terms of closely guarded. Closely guarded, usually as an official, is defined as can you touch the ball handler? And that space was much too great for that, but in any event, it goes over to Maple. They throw it in, over and back. Ball don't lie. Brooklyn Ferguson forces the over and back, and quite honestly, there probably was too much contact for that call. Back in, Jenkins for Barraclough. And Smith for Thomas. Titans with 5 guards on the floor. 3-point lead, 3:13 to go. Micaiah Herman is waiting to inbound the basketball into the backcourt to Brooklyn Ferguson. She gets it across against Brewer, gets into the lane, running one-hander, glass and good. Brooklyn Ferguson with 4, all in the fourth quarter. Back to a 5-point lead, or a 2-possession lead if you prefer. 20, Cameron Alston. Single-handedly got him back into the game with shots like that, but that one didn't go. And the Mighty Mite with the rebound gets it off to Jenkins, and back come the Titans. Ferguson, she's, whoop. That on the street would be some major dents in the old fenders. Brooklyn Ferguson trying to penetrate, and Ayanna Brewer just turned right into her. Knocked her to the ground. It'll be a 1-and-1 for Brooklyn, who just made a pair. This will be the first 1-and-1 of the game for either team. Titans with the defensive lineup, Thomas and Evans at the table. Ferguson rebounds or miss, throws it up and in. 2's better than 1. Brooklyn Ferguson with 6 in the quarter. 45-38. Titans by 7. 2.5 to go. Coach Feldman brings Thomas and Evans back to the bench. Knocked away from behind by Jenkins, out of bounds. That was away from Alston. That'll get him a chance to get the bigger girls back in. Thomas, Amani Thomas, and Destiny Evans back. Evans with 9, Thomas with 12 for Lorain. 2:20 to go. Inbounds. That one's long, and there's the reason for the substitution. Amani Thomas tosses it away. Situation basketball, ladies. It's a 7-point lead with 2:15. You don't have to hurry. Substitute for Maple. Lumbus back, replacing Brewer. Into Lumbus. Handing it off to Alston. Know where she is. Tamara Maple left hands it down the lane, kicks it out, and we lost the three-point shooter, but she missed. Nice rebound there. Good body control by Brooklyn Ferguson, who brings it ahead and got run over. Nice job of body control by Brooklyn. Gabrielle McCorvey hit her when she stopped, and back to the line for Brooklyn Ferguson. Ferguson hit a pair for her first 2 points, and then last time missed the front end of the 1-on-1, rebounded it and put it back. First one's up, short again, rebounded again. Amani Thomas, that's a good play bringing it out. Timeout Lorain, 1:50 to go. Titans by 7, 45-38. And it'll be a full timeout, so we'll step away and we'll be back with more right after this timeout.
For the thousands of wounded warriors returning from battle, Wounded Warrior Project has developed the Warriors to Work program, a unique program that helps wounded warriors translate their military experience to the civilian workplace. The Warriors to Work program also works with employers to find the right job for the right warrior. Contact Wounded Warrior Project at findwwp.org. Welcome home the brave.
Is your child's sports performance inconsistent? Does she seem to be a few steps behind the soccer ball? Is he swinging early or late at the baseball? An eye coordination problem could be at the root of your child's difficulties. Vision screenings can be misleading because they are not designed to test all of the visual skills necessary for sports performance or for reading and learning. For more information on sports and vision, visit the website for the College of Optometrist and Vision Development at covd.org.
Back here at Lorain High, it's been a closely fought ball game. Titans were ahead 1 at the end of the first, tied at the half, tied at the end of the third quarter. Titans have come out 9-2 in the first 6+ minutes of the fourth quarter. They lead 45-38 with 1:50 to go. It'll be their ball. They are in the 1-and-1, and it'll go in the backcourt to Brooklyn Ferguson. 23, Micaiah Herman. 12, Kiera Jenkins. 24, Tanisha Llanos. And 10, Nia Smith. 5 guards of ball handlers on the court. Now, Brooklyn got called for a closely guarded 5 seconds a minute ago. Jenkins gets a bump, gets it back to Brooklyn. This is Lumbus. Same official is counting, not looking at the space. Brooklyn penetrates. Don't give him a chance to make a call. Back to Jenkins. She flirts with the half-court line before taking it with the left and getting fouled. Maple gets her 3rd foul. Jenkins to the line for 1-and-1. The bigs, Destiny Evans and Amani Thomas, come back for Lorain. Now, right now, there's 6 on the floor. Jenkins will go to the stripe 1-and-1. Evans will wait. And on the make, she will substitute for Jenkins. That shot, good. She'll get the bonus. 46-38. Now Maple comes back in for the Mustangs. Titans by 8 with 1:14. Second shot up, in, and should be a horn. Kiara Jenkins with 2 throws and gives the Titans a 9-point lead, 47-38. That's as big as it's been. Maple comes back. Alston, who had 3 threes in the third quarter, has been held in check in the fourth quarter. Tanisha Llanos with her now. It's been Llanos and Ferguson, but down the lane, up short. Amani Thomas clears the board, gets it off to Herman, and Ferguson will get it across. 55 seconds to go. Brooklyn with the ball, and Alston with Brooklyn. Herman lost it. Oh, there was no rush there, and this will be a layup for Alston. Knocks it in. Cameron Alston with 18, 47-40. There is no reason to be in a hurry. Foul was called on number 3, Dajane Hopkins. That's a break for Maple Heights because I didn't see a foul. But it'll send Brooklyn Ferguson to the line. She's missed 2 front ends here in the quarter. She's got 2 throws this time as they're double bonused. First one is up and used it all, didn't get it. Sub at the table. 23 Brewer in, replacing Alston. That's a strange substitution. Cameron Alston goes out as the leading scorer in the ballgame with 18 points. It's only a 7-point game with 34 seconds to go. That felt like a concession. Front rim, maybe they knew Micaiah Herman was going to come down with the rebound. Micaiah picked up the dribble, but got it to Llanos, back out to Ferguson. Brooklyn working hard up top. Llanos tied up, ball loose on the court. That's got to be a travel. Quite honestly, it was either a travel or an over and back as Maple rolled over and in the process of doing so reached into the backcourt. It'll go back to Lorain with 14.9 to go. Lorain's going to come out of here with this one, but Maple Heights deserves all the credit for making them play a full 4 quarters. Herman gets it in the backcourt to Ferguson. Ferguson will walk it up with 10 seconds. She can keep it if she wants to. Instead gets it over to Jenkins. Jenkins gets stripped by Hopkins. Hopkins in alone, lays it up and in at the buzzer. Lorain's going to escape, but once again, the tail end of the quarter was not kind to the Lady Titans. 47-42, Lorain will end up on top, but it was a spirited group of Lady Mustangs who put forth the effort. That's the best start in school history for Brooklyn, for the Lady Titans, 6-0 according to Jim Popeil. We'll add up the numbers as the teams shake hands, and we'll be back right here with the final scoring. For Maple Heights, it was 2 players who did the damage. Dajane Hopkins had 13 points, 9 in the first half, and Cameron Alston led everybody with 18 points, and she had 11 in the second half, 3 3-pointers in the third quarter to bring Maple Heights back. For Lorain, Mackenzie Barraclough basket for 2. Brooklyn Ferguson had 2 baskets, 2 of 6 at the line for 6 points. Kiera Jenkins had a 3, a 2, and 2 1s for 7 points. Destiny Evans, 7 points in the big third quarter to go with 2 in the first half, 9 points. And then in double figures, Micaiah Herman had 11, 4 2s and a 3. And Amani Thomas led everybody with 4 2s and 4 of 5 at the line, 12 points. For the Titans, it adds up to 47-42, a win. And it was, for Lorain, it was quarters of 13, 10, 13, and 11. Very consistent scoring. And the difference being in the fourth quarter, Maple Heights only scored 6 points. There's the difference. So the Titans off to a great start, and they still have a 2-year starter out with an injury in Ashley Heisel. But we'll see more of Lorain as the season progresses. But for today, Lorain 47, Maple Heights 42. For Bob Schlembaker, this is Jay Ferguson reminding you that it is a great time to be a Titan.
This has been a production of Lorain City Schools, TV 20 WLCS.